the sounds of the blue jays in my backyard. Good afternoon. Happy day to you all, wherever you're tuning in. Let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from. And if you're able to get out into the sunshine. I called in another blue jay. Hello, pretty bird. It's a female. Blue jays are really territorial and very vocal about their territory. I wanted to jump on here just for a short moment to kind of tune in with all of y'all, to connect and let you know of some upcoming events and local yoga workshops that I'll be doing, as well as classes. For the entire month of September, I will be teaching every Wednesday, like today, 2 p.m. live stream via a yogavillage.com. You have to register and create an account to log on and get a live stream registration with me. I also teach every Friday at 12:30 in studio at a yoga village in Clearwater, Florida. I will also be teaching every Tuesday at 6 p.m. in studio at Yoga Village in Clearwater. Now, this coming Sunday, I will be holding a breath awareness workshop in Tampa at a Yurt Yoga Village. And that's a new location, and I want to encourage you all, especially those of you in the Tampa area who can't make it over to Clearwater. I would love to have you join. I would love to see you in my class, to show up for my workshop. I'm going to be holding more events in the future, rebirthings, also body awareness, speaking about the energy channels, the Pitta, the Ingala, and the Shushmana, because these are all things we need to start talking about. If you haven't already become familiar with them, talking about bandhas, the locks, also speaking about the chakras. And as women, we have moon centers. I'll be doing a workshop on moon centers for women because we have 11 moon centers that we cycle through every 2.5 days. So today, for example, I'm in my breasts, which is very much about the heart, which is very much about kind of like that mothering, that nurturing, being very sensitive to things around us in our aura. Because as women, we have 2 arc lines. We have the arc line that's like a halo. We know it is a halo. You see it in many of the old art. It's from ear to ear, goes over, or the hairline. And then as women, we have from nipple to nipple in the breasts. And that's our second arc line. That's why women are so much more sensitive and attuned and aware of their environments. I have been reflecting the past week over the fact that it's been just over a year since I had my appendectomy and had to be rushed to the hospital. It took them 2.5 days to figure out that I had appendicitis to begin with. It took several rounds of the MRIs because I had to take contrast for them to be able to see, and I'm allergic to contrast. That was a whole stress in itself. And I've been sitting with this humility of how grateful I am to be alive, how grateful I am to my physical body, the fact that my body has been healing for the past year, and to be kinder on my mind and not to go into the anxiety, depression that comes from reflecting upon what should be, could be, what has been, reflecting on the past, the future, and not being present with what is, and in the awareness of what has been to do better. Because awareness is what allows you to do better. Because when you know better, you can do better. You can be in awareness of something, but not do anything with it. And this happens so frequently in our lives that something comes to our attention and we just kind of stick it off to the side. We don't actually do anything with it. Awareness is your key to freedom. Because the moment you have awareness, you have the opportunity to integrate it into your life in some way, shape, or form, to do better, to improve your life, improve people's lives around you, to affect the world with your gifts. Whatever the awareness is that comes to you, that is part of what you need to integrate to implement your wisdom. So we can have all this information, but until we have integrated it into our lives, our livelihood, and everything we do in the world, it doesn't become wisdom. Wisdom is the actual InnerTude, the inner awareness, this innerstanding of ourselves that becomes this more fruitioned application. Just like integrity isn't just talking the talk, it's walking the talk. Integrity is working with awareness, becoming into your wisdomhood, so that you all can be gods and goddesses walking the earth, to be guardians of this earth, to be guardians of humanity. Do you ever consider that that's what we are here to do? Is to recalibrate, to recenter, refocus, reclaim, rebirth, repair what has been broken in the past, what has been destroyed, because everything is a recalibration, a rebirthing process in this life, this livelihood. In order to know, you have to grow through experience. So every experience that you have leads you to the next one. And it's not that one is better or worse than another. It's how you respond to it. If you stop and think about how each experience in your life has shaped you into the person you are today and brought you to the place you're at in this moment, how at different points in your life, you know you didn't think you were going to be able to get through that moment at that time. But here you are, able to say, wow, I actually did make it through that challenging portion of my life, that period that I thought I was going to die, or I thought I was done, or fight or flight, freeze or fawn. We all have a choice, but we have these triggers and instantaneous responses that we have that often we don't even realize are part of the fight, flight, freeze or fawn, the fear factor, what we go into. And when we're in awareness of what we do, how we respond to situations, then we have an opportunity to shift. Maybe it's a micro shift. It's a macro shift. Maybe it's a mondo shift. Monumental. It's all a choice. You can continue to live in karma, doing the same thing over and over again, which has created the same results. Or you can choose to live in dharma, which is, oh, wait a minute, I'm aware of the situation. I can shift and make it better. It's not until you make the shift, you make shift happen. But it's all a choice. And so I just wanted to kind of touch upon a few things, because tomorrow I'll come on and I'll do Therapy Thursday. I really do believe that we all have gifts here to share, and we need to stop being in fear of being seen, being heard, or witnessed. Because the truth is, we're all here for love. We're all here to support one another. We've just gotten really caught up in the mundane, in the habituation, into this social engineering, this indoctrination into a system that when you really sit with it, makes you realize you're not living your life. You're living the life you were told you should, so you're shoulding on yourself. You're living a life that is regulated. It's inhibited because the rules say this and you can only do this. Really sit with that. I have been sitting with it quite a bit over the past several months, and I'm very humbled to say I don't like it. As a human, it's not healthy. We as humans came here to have experiences and not to be policing one another, to be restricting one another. Yes, do no harm. That is the key. That is the ultimate highest of the high, that as humans, we should be good humans to one another. We should not be seeking to harm another or ourselves. These are just simple human, unspoken laws do unto others as you would want done unto you, the golden rule. These are human rules. And if we can look at one another and recognize that the other is us, that I am that too, that whatever someone else has experienced on some level, you're also experiencing. Hence the reason that we have this collective chaos, crises, why everybody is in these fight, flights, freeze or fawn situations. The truth is, when one suffers, we all suffer. So when we do the work on ourselves, we are lessening the suffering for all of humanity, not just for ourselves. It's for everyone around us. And when you can recognize that when you do the work for you, you do it for all of us too, then maybe that should be your motivation, that every day is a precious gift. That's why they call it the present, to be present in the moment, the gift of the moment, because the preciousness of breath is the most sacred, but we don't treat it as such. So join me on Sunday for a breath awareness workshop from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at a Yurt Yoga Village in Tampa, Florida. Reach out, let me know in the comments if you're interested, if you need further information. I will provide it, but I want to see you there. We're going to go back over the basics of breathing so you can breathe back to life. Because most of us aren't living fully. We're not really even breathing fully. So we're cutting off our life force. And I want you to be able to reclaim yourself, recapture, and reoxygenate your body. You want to improve your immune system, boost your happy hormones. All of that is regulated by the breath. And it could be just a simple breath exercise that you learn in my workshop that changes your life forever. And I want to be able to support you as best as I can. So again, 2 o'clock this afternoon, I go live on a yogavillage.com. You have to register in advance. You have to create an account. Same if you come in studio Tuesday, 6 p.m. or Friday, 12:30 p.m. I will be teaching both days in studio as well. Reach out to me, let me know. I love you all. Have an amazingly blessed rest of your day. And I hope to see you soon in one of my classes or the workshop on Sunday. I love you.